From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. The Civil Air Patrol has identified the pilot involved in today's deadly plane crash into a downtown Anchorage office building as First Lieutenant Doug Demarest.
A release from the CAP says the pilot was not authorized to fly the aircraft. According to KTUU, our sister station in Anchorage, the pilot's wife is Catherine Demarest, an attorney who recently represented a member of the Fbx 4. Bill Oberle, head of the Alaska Innocence Projects that worked with Catherine in that high-profile case, said she was married to the pilot. The Cessna 172 struck the Brady Building, which houses the state attorney general's office, among others. The FBI, which is also investigating the case, said there was no indication of a terrorist act.
We're in the very, very preliminary stages of this investigation. We don't want to draw any conclusions at this point right now. It's a process of elimination. Obviously, we had some high winds in the area, but we're looking beyond that at this point right now. Man-machine environment are the three areas that we look at. Nothing has been eliminated at this point. As we're working with CAP right now, at this point right now, it doesn't sound like this was a sanctioned flight for CAP.
The State Medical Examiner's Office is working to identify human remains found in a burned home near mile 41 of the Steese Highway. Alaska State Troopers were notified on the fire early Saturday. Now, no fire department responded and the home was destroyed. A deputy state fire marshal found the body in the debris of the burned building. Now, the cause of the fire is under investigation.
A Fairbanks woman facing a first-degree murder charge appeared before Judge Jane Kavar for arraignment in Fairbanks Superior Court today. 49-year-old Monica Forbes pleaded not guilty to the murder of Michael Pope and an additional tampering with physical evidence charge. Now, according to an indictment, troopers say Forbes confessed to the homicide and admitted to burying Pope near her cabin's outhouse. Troopers uncovered Pope's remains following the alleged confession. A co-worker of Pope reported him missing in late November after he failed to return calls and texts. During an investigation, troopers found Pope's vehicle with a blood-stained mattress and pillow inside. Forbes remains housed at the Fairbanks Correctional Center.
Record number of drones are hovering off the shelves into local airspace. Mike Fussell takes a look at some new regulations that aim to help keep the skies safe for recreational and professional pilots.
A Federal Aviation Administration report says sales of around 1.9 million small unmanned model aircraft are projected for 2016. And with the skies getting more crowded, pilots now have to register drones that weigh between 0.55 and 55 pounds.
If an aircraft comes down, they can identify whose aircraft it was and talk to the owner. And if something unsafe happens, they knew who they need to talk to in terms of educating people and trying to prevent incidents from occurring.
Restrictions set by local agencies apply for even recreational users. Alaska Center for UAS Integration Director Kathy Cahill says areas around airports and national parks are just some of the places pilots should stay on the ground.
When they go to the park, they want to hear the soundscape. They want to hear the birds chirp. They don't want to hear a motor. And people have been crashing them in unfortunate places. There was an unmanned aircraft that landed in one of the hot springs at Yellowstone National Park.
Professional pilots say pre-flight checks on anything from terrain to weather are an important aspect in keeping operators, the public, and the machines themselves safe. Professional flights are sometimes grounded for safety when running across unfamiliar recreational users.
In the event that we have somebody that is flying for personal enjoyment and they stray into the area, we're going to come down, get out of the way, and go over and make sure that we know what their plans are and if we can share the same airspace.
The University of Alaska Fairbanks is doing more to educate students on drone use. The unmanned aircraft are studied at UAF in terms of engineering and how they can help research. The university added an aerospace engineering minor this fall.
You know, kind of like cell phones and laptops are expected that everybody has those now. Well, drones are becoming the same way, and a lot of the teachers and a lot of students, you know, want to experience how they can utilize these.
Reporting from the University of Alaska Fairbanks, I'm Mike Fussell.
All right, when we come back, this is a great time of the year because it gives people a chance to share. Monty Bowen will talk more about that with tonight's health report.
Also, with New Year's Eve a couple of nights away, fireworks will be exploding over the skies outside the city limits. We've got safety tips to pass along to you. Stay with us. Welcome back. To celebrate the incoming year 2016, professionals and amateurs alike will be lighting up the skies with fireworks. The Fairbanks Fire Department has some safety tips for those holding their lighters to the gunpowder during the new year. Now, Assistant Fire Chief Ernie Mesowitz says launching fireworks is illegal within Fairbanks city limits without a permit, so people are recommended to celebrate away from town. Mesowitz adds that fireworks should be fired in an open location and at a safe distance away from structures and combustibles. Also, adults should be lighting the fireworks with children watching from afar. Mesowitz says that fireworks have been the cause of many fires in the Fairbanks area over the years. He asks that people be cautious and aware of their surroundings as they gather on the New Year's Day.
And so doing it in areas such as gravel pit, open field that's covered with snow, again, away from houses, things that can go over and catch on fire. And we need to understand that a lot of the fireworks are projectiles, meaning that that flame can go a great distance and stuff. And so the fallout from the fireworks is equal concern as the actual lighting of the fireworks.
As the new year approaches, people begin to plan 2016 and what kind of resolutions they would like to achieve. Over the next few days, we'll be taking a look at the top 3 resolutions and how to get started with them. Today, we look at spending and saving. The number 3 New Year's resolution is to save more and spend less. Now, here are some tips on cashing in 2016. Make a list of bills and pay yourself first. Finding out what you really need for expenses is a must. Number 2, cut down on debt. Start small by cutting out your daily coffee or expensive lunches. Commit yourself to long term. Don't try to save everything in the next year. This is a lifelong goal.
Commit yourself to long term. When you think about a financial resolution, we're in it for the long haul. What happens in the market today, tomorrow, in the next 12 months may not be what you want to achieve in the long run. Much like if you go to the gym, you're not going to lose 50 pounds in 1 week. You're focusing on the long term. Same, very similar when it comes to finances.
Growing up, you hear the old saying that it's better to give than to receive. In this week's health report, Monty Bowen says it might be good for you, too.
This is the time of year for giving Christmas presents, donating to charities, and it's not just the charitable organizations that benefit from the giving spirit. Psychologist Dr. Joe Rock says that giving is part of our DNA and a very healthy thing to do.
So there really is a very direct positive effect, I think, that people get from doing things for other people. And given something tangible, I think, really magnifies that effect.
The doctor says giving can make people feel like they are connected to their community. He explains that when people work together and pull their resources towards a common goal, not only do they feel good, they are more energized to give when others are doing it too.
By my doing something, it helps somebody else, it helps me, it's a win-win. And as long as you feel like it's a choice and you don't have to do it, and you can walk away feeling like a good person for having done it, everybody comes out ahead.
And you don't have to give a certain monetary amount to feel good about giving. He says folks who donate their time and services can walk away with the same good feeling about helping those in need without spending a dime. This is Monty Bowen reporting.
The Health Report is brought to you by the Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic, located in the Medical Dental Arts Building, and by Interior Women's Health, located on 1626 30th Avenue.
All right, well, make sure you stick around because you don't want to miss the local sports action coming up next with Joe Cook.
Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your local Tuesday Sportscast. After shaking off opening day losses and holiday basketball tournament, some Interior high school teams picked up some wins today. To go to the results, the Wolfpack girls defeated Maryvale of Arizona 51-21 for the first win of the Cactus Jam tourney in Phoenix. Ruthie Hebert, 21 points, 12 steals in that one. Lathrop rallied, but they lost 50-38 to Washington's Prairie High School. Mackenzie Warner had 11 points for Lathrop, and Jana Hadukovic added 10 points. The Mountain Mutes will play for third place tomorrow morning. In San Diego at the Surf and Slam tournament, the Lathrop boys lost by 2 yesterday, but they flipped the script and won by 2 today, 47-45 over Pioneer High School of California. Evan Wilkin grabbed 15 rebounds, and Gabriel Howard had 14 points to lead the Mutes in the win. Down in Ketchikan at the Clark Cochran Christmas Classic, Hutchinson split after a 22-32 loss to Oroville yesterday. The Hutchinson girls, they won 40-30 over Metlakatla, led by Taya Titus' Johnson's 13 points and Kimmy Duffield's 11. The Hawks lost to Marshfield 72-31 in their opener, and today the boys team, they fell 59-35 to Petersburg. Stuart Kahn scored a game-high 21 points for the Vikings. We continue our year in review in today's Nana Corner. We take a look back at some of the marquee moments for UAF sports in 2015.
We start with hockey and their incredible run to end the 2014-2015 season. Back in March in Game 4 at the Gov Cup, their season finale in Anchorage against UAA on their senior night, Alaska would win 3-2 and force a shootout to determine the Gov Cup. Tyler Morley scored for Alaska after the Seawolves missed. Sean Cahill stones UAA on their next 2 shots, and Alaska wins their 6th Gov Cup. UAF ends the season on a 7-0-1 unbeaten streak, the best in the country at the time. The Nooks finished with a 19-13-2 record. Those 19 wins are the most in the Dallas Ferguson era.
We played great as a team as a whole. Everyone chipped in, and we just found a way to do it, and it's the best feeling in the world right now.
It's really special way to go out, finish the season for all these guys. It's a great group of guys, so yeah, it's just special, very special.
On November 6, Morley would join the 100-point club. He needed 2 points entering the Northern Michigan series, and in Game 1, he scored 3 points to get the milestone and lead UAF to a 5-2 victory. On November 21st, senior outside hitter Sam Hartoon finished her career with 1,513 kills. Hartoon set the new mark at Simon Fraser on November 17th, then put up 27 kills on senior night. She leaves UAF as the all-time GNAC and program leader in kills.
I'm just really thankful for everything I've gotten to experience here. And, you know, Alaska is definitely a crazy place, and it's like nothing I would have experienced back home. So I'm just really thankful for the opportunity that I had to come up here.
Hartoon and the Naniks also shocked the GNAC when they defeated conference leader Northwest Nazarene on November 5th in a 5-set thriller at the Patty Center. Hartoon had a career-high 40 kills. Miranda Greaser had a career-high 74 assists. Maddie Davis, first career double-double and career highs in digs and kills. Riley Podevich, a career-high 13 kills. It was a signature win over a ranked team and UAF's first win over NNU since 2009. Alaska also won 3 5-set matches this year, the most since 2008. In hoops, the women's basketball team finished with a 14-14 record to end their 2014-2015 season back in February. It's the most wins and best finish for Alaska since 2005. Head coach Cody Bench's senior season. Men's basketball head coach Mick Durham earned his 300th win as a head coach on Saturday, December 12th, as UAF beat Northwest Indian College 117-70. The fifth-year head coach collected his 54th win as a Nanook. UAF is currently 8-2 this season, their best start since 2002. Last but not least, UAF swimmers had a great 2015. In March, senior Margot Adams became the second female swimmer in the past decade to win 4 conference championships in one event, the 100 fly, and finish as a 13-time All-American. On December 3rd at the Calvin College Winter Invitational, freshman Cassidy Heaton, a West Valley product, set a new record in the 1,650 freestyle with a time of 17 minutes, 21.8 seconds. She bested the record by 4 seconds set by Ashley Crow in 2011. In that same invitational, junior Victoria Adams set a new record in the 200 backstroke in 2 minutes 2 seconds, and newcomer Kate Matthews set a new mark in the 200 breaststroke with a time of 2 minutes 18 seconds.
Nanook Corner, brought to you by Sports Medicine Fairbanks.
And that'll do it for sports tonight. Thanks for watching. Mike Schultz is up next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back in. Mike Schultz with you once again on a Tuesday night, talking about lots of weather coming our way. The calm before the storm. The winds are already starting to gust down around the Delta Junction area, and they're going to be howling later on this evening. Pretty strong, could be record strength. We'll tell you more about that in just a little bit. And as far as our picture for tonight, this one's sent in by Leona McDaniels. Sunset on Murphy Dome Road. Beautiful shot there. Look at the sun just cresting over the mountain there, getting ready to take a dive down. And again, the colors are gorgeous. As always, if you have a photograph to share, well, please send it to photos@ktvf11.com. Your numbers today, 23 our current temperature. That's our high for the day. The low last night, 14 below. The record high, 43 in 1982. The record low, 62 below 1961. Your sunrise and sunset, 3 hours and 52 minutes of daylight, a gain of 2 more minutes from yesterday. Well, here's the satellite and radar, and look at this big mass of moisture coming up from the south. Again, that's an indicator of a lot of strong jet stream flow moving up directly from the south to the north. It's going to squeeze right on through those passes and amplify and become very strong They're talking of winds that could be 100 miles an hour in some areas of the along the Alaska range, so it's going to be pretty rough, especially heading down to Anchorage tonight. They're expecting the same kind of winds there, so it's going to be really rough tonight. Now, as far as what's going on across the rest of the state, over southeast Alaska, there is some rain falling around Juneau, up to 33 degrees there, 26 at Ketchikan, partly cloudy skies. Rain showers because it's 44 degrees at Anchorage today. Also rain showers around Kodiak, 42 degrees there along the Aleutian chain. Cold Bay checking in with 31 degrees, showers. Up and down the west coast, very mild temperatures, 35 at Bethel, 31 at Nome. And when you move across the North Slope, you get back into the colder air, 8 degrees below at Barrow and 0 at Fort Yukon. Lower 48 weather, well, the big storm that caused all the horrible damage and fatalities and other kinds of really misery for the rest of the lower 48 is finally moving out of the picture, moving off into the Great Lakes and up into Canada. And now we're just getting some scattered showers here and there. More rain moving across the Pacific Northwest. Speaking of the eastern half of the country and around the Great Lakes area, they're finally getting snow they haven't had for all year around the Buffalo area, right into Syracuse. Snow expected there too. You see 6 to 12 inches of snow in around the Buffalo area. That's something, like I said, they haven't seen for quite a while. The jet stream will be once again way up to the north, bringing warmer temperatures to the western side of the country, and then dipping back down over across the Great Lakes. Okay, our weather fact for tonight. In 1989, Flagstaff, Arizona had their winter storm that just sat over them and delivered 9 inches of snow in just 6 hours. That's a lot of snow coming down at one time. Again, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank for sponsoring our kids' weather. And speaking of kids' weather, the kids are off for vacation until next week. And then we'll be talking with a class from Salsha Elementary School. They'll be on the 5th of January. And once again, a special weather statement tonight. The high wind warning for tonight and Wednesday. Healy and Delta Junction, dangerous winds are developing late tonight, 40 to 60 miles per hour with gusts to 80 miles per hour. Even 100 miles per hour is possible in some areas. Travel is not advised. Winds should be diminishing by tomorrow night. That's the good news. Our rest of the forecast for the for Alaska, flurries for Barrow for 2 inches of snow at Nome, and cloudy skies in Fort Yukon. Over the southeastern sections, it looks like cloudy skies for Fairbanks. High wind warnings, again, for Healy and Delta Junction. And over the southeastern sections, mixed showers ending in Juneau. Mostly cloudy skies at Ketchikan, while over to the southwest, it looks like rain and snow at Cold Bay. A couple inches of snow again in Bethel. Rain showers for Kodiak. And down around the Anchorage Bowl, it's going to be pretty rough there, too. Winds for Anchorage. Like I said, around the Turnagain Arm area, they could be gusting to 80 to 100 miles an hour tomorrow, and then decreasing rapidly by tomorrow afternoon. Mixed showers for Valdez, decreasing clouds for Homer. So quite a bit of wild weather to talk about. Here in the Fairbanks area, we're not looking for anything really exciting at all. Just cloudy skies, continue very mild temperatures, 7 degrees. Tomorrow's forecast, look at that, 30 degrees, warm with increasing clouds throughout the day. Watch out for slick roads. With the temperatures warming up, you know it's going to get like an ice skating rink out there. So give yourself plenty of following distance. And look at those temperatures all the way across the board there. Once again, 30 degrees, very possible. Right on into the weekend with overnight lows, again, much warmer than it should be. Almost 20 to 25 degrees warmer than it should be this time of year. Amazing.
Lovely. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad, but you're right. A good reminder about the slick roads because they were even slick today. Yeah.
They're going to get nasty. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. With that warmer temperatures and all the ice we have around, it's going to get really, really slick.
In fact, they're even thinking of using the brine solution that they do occasionally just because
I've been told that. We'll have more on that tomorrow. We're going to go into that and talk to the folks at DOT about that.
Oh, very good. Very good. Well, we'll enjoy it while it lasts. Thanks, Mike. That will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Well, tonight on ABC Nightly News, a driver's license may soon not be enough to board a plane. That's coming up next.
You can join J.R. Lewis tomorrow morning for more news updates during the Today Show.
All right. From all of us here at the News Center, we hope you have a good night.
Good night.